You can see we are full house because we have two in red, two in blues. We have Anisha joining us right now. And Anisha, we've had, actually we were talking a short while ago, there are a lot of stocks that are buzzing in trade today. And primarily today, one of the companies that's buzzing in trade has to be Suzlon, because that particular counter is buzzing in trade because is one a large order, isn't it? And today is when they announced it one.
Yeah, and it's the largest order ever that has come to any of these companies in a single go. Of course, they've bagged it from NTPC, the renewables arm of that. But to discuss that further, I have with me Mr. Girish Tanti, the Vice Chairman at Suzlon Group, joining us on the show. Hi, Mr. Tanti. Good to be speaking with you. Congratulations on this large order. But give us the details. What's the timeline of execution? Was it very competitively bid? How are the margins like on this order?
Yeah, hello everyone. I think this is a very important order, not just for Suzlon, but for the industry. There has been a strong mandate that as a country we have put for ourselves to achieve 50% of our renewable energy, of our energy to come from renewable energy by 2030. And I think with a PSU like Navratna, like NTPC coming in at a big way like this, sets a new benchmark in terms of PSU participation in the growth of renewable energy. Give you a few details about this. I think this order is very unique in more than one sense. I think if you see the total order size, it's 1,166 megawatts order. This is probably not just the largest ever in Indian history, but also it would be amongst the top few in the global size of orders. So I think from a size and scale, this sets up a new benchmark going from here. NTPC itself has a very strong target of building up almost 60 gigawatts by 2032. And I think this cooperation starts a new journey in that. If you look at the further detailings of this project is basically there are three projects in this order. All the three are located in Gujarat, one in the Jamnagar district, one in Kutch area, and I think we have third one closer to around, I think in one of the other district located nearby also. So with these three orders with total capacity of 1165, this order is planned to get executed over the next 15 to 18 months.
Okay.
So the entire order would get executed by FY26 starting from now onwards.
Okay, understood. So over the next 12 to 18 months, this order should get executed. But could you talk to us of what's the overall revenue potential of an order this size? And again, if I can question you on the margin profile, is it similar to the earlier orders that you've backed? Is it a little lower, a little higher? Could you give us those details as well?
Yeah, so as you know, we don't give specific guidance on order values. But on an average, I think as we have kind of, been on the historical reasons, both on the revenue side as well as margin side, we will remain broadly in line with our past performance. So we don't see any big variation from that.
To what we have seen in the past, your cumulative order book, if I have it right, Mr. Tanti, is almost 5 gigawatts right now. But could you talk to us about the pipeline? Is it still quite strong with respect to the visibility that you have of order inflows? And also on the execution capability side, are you decked up to execute large orders like this, or you would be putting in more capacities?
Yeah, so I think, the industry has, earlier the whole growth that we saw in the industry was coming from the SECI bids, the government bidding. In the last 18 to 24 months, we have seen the private sector coming in a big way. Most of the industrial corporates have announced their own net zero targets. So we are seeing a good flow of orders from the industrial groups. And I think with the PSU coming in this way, now we have one more leg of growth from the size and scale on that ground. So I think from the demand point of view, I think it's a very robust demand that we are seeing in the industry. And as you know, we have to, as an industry, hit close to about 53 gigawatts by 2030 in addition from today. So we have 6 years to do that. And I think as an industry, we are geared up to get there. If you look at the manufacturing capacity as an industry, I think the industry is geared up to serve this demand of India and go beyond that. many of the global players are also using India as a hub for exports. So I think from a manufacturing capacity point of view, we have enough capacity on board.
Okay.
On the execution front, this project is very unique actually because NTPC has done a very interesting design here. As you know, several of the projects, the buildup of capacity is taking a little longer than forecasted. And I
Right.
think here what NTPC has done is that they've broken up the project development and project execution into two parts. So the project development cycle, which involves the acquisition of land and
Right.
building key infrastructure, they have already initiated long time back, and that progress is already made.
Sure.
So for us now, it's a pure execution project, and therefore, in a time-bound fashion, we hope to kind of get it done within the time frame of 15 to 18 months from here.
Okay, so overall the risks are on the lower side given the bulk of those issues are already sorted out at NTPC's end. But just a couple of other quick questions. A, on the offshore wind side, what do you see the potential? Because the government had announced some incentives in the budget as well. Is that something that might interest you? And also for the OMS side of the business, you had done this Renem acquisition. Could you talk to me about what could it add to your portfolio as you scale up with that acquisition as well?
Sure. So I think, offshore India is blessed with, a beautiful coastal line that we have as a peninsula. And there is a good potential for offshore across our, seashore. And primarily two areas of focus are there, Gujarat and Tamil Nadu. That's where we have good wind space in the sea, where we can put wind turbines. I think government has taken this as a very important initiative to see how we can nurture this particular area. I think good progress is being made in that space. And as you know, the value gap funding for the first 1 gigawatt is announced, and the biddings for that will happen soon. And likewise, I think both the states are gearing up to see how the infrastructure can be developed at those areas. So I think the work has started, but typically if you see globally also, the cycle for offshore project development and execution is a long cycle. It takes anywhere from 5 to 7 years. So in the near term journey, what we have of achieving our 100 gigawatts by 2030, this will primarily come from the onshore potential that we have. Additionally, just to let you know, I mean, the total potential our country has, hardly 5% of that is currently utilized even on onshore. So we have enough potential onshore also, which still we can unlock. Coming to Renom, I think that was a very important, strategic transaction that we did. Today, if we see the total installed capacity of our country, it's close little over 50 gigawatts of wind energy, of which close to about 15 to 16 gigawatts is installed and managed by Suzlon. So there is about close to about 25-30 gigawatts of non-Suzlon turbines which are installed and operating. And that space has a huge potential for service business. And Renom was the number one. Even today, they are the largest independent service providers, as they call, who handle multiple brands of turbines. And I think with their current order, the asset under operations of close to 2.5 gigawatts, they have a great place to kind of accelerate from there to acquire larger market share and grow from that. So I think what we're trying to do is that while the country is going through this huge ramp up of capacity, it's very important that these assets are very well taken care of and we have a reliable power for our nation. So we're trying to make sure that all assets that get into operation get the highest quality of attention for performance.
Yeah, no, that's really true because that's what the learning of the last cycle has been, right? When in FY22, your debt had burgeoned to the level of around 6,400 odd crores and there was a loss of almost 250 crore on the bottom line. You have turned it around with company turning profitable to the level of 700 crore in FY24 and the debt levels coming down to just 100 crore thereabouts. As we move forward, Mr. Tati, what are the big risks that you see for your own business? Because, of course, last time as well, we had seen that things were going good. It was on an upturn and suddenly things had turned for the worse. This time around, how is it going to be different?
Yeah, so I think two areas, one from outside in, other from inside out. I think if you look from the outside in, what is there is that unlike last time, currently as a nation, we have a very clear approach to the energy transition. So there is a vision that our Prime Minister has set right up to 2070, and very clear focused goals have been set up to 2030, and now up to 2047 also. So, the kind of visibility you have for renewable energy for the country, we've never seen this before. So, first of all, the business visibility is there. Earlier, we had different regimes of kind of approach to growing renewable energy. So, there was a flip flop, and that brought disturbance to our business. So, now with that stable clarity on the direction that how we want to grow into renewables, in addition to that, what has happened is with the whole Ukraine war, the energy security becoming the prime focus for all nations, and the ESG becoming a prime focus for all global funds, India Inc. is also very strongly poised to decarbonize, and they themselves, whatever capacity they had installed, at least the new ones that they're doing, they are all primarily going 80% plus is all renewables that's going there. So I think the market side, and now players like NTPC and other Navratnas coming in with such large plans, the demand side is the visibility has never been so clear for us. So I think that brings in the stability. We are able to make more thoughtful, long-term decisions for building our technology, manufacturing, execution, all the aspects. So that's on one side. What we've done internally is that, unlike where we were at that time, where our break-even benchmark cost had gone right up to in excess of 1200 megawatts. That's now close to about 600 to 700 megawatts. So we've brought down our cost structure in such a way, and we've converted a lot of our fixed costs into variable costs. That allows us to kind of make sure that we manage our cost effectively in this journey also. And then of course technology is a big at core, Suzlon is a technology enterprise.
True.
So the continuous innovation that we do on our products make sure that we stay ahead of the curve.
Stay ahead of curve. That's the optimistic line on which I'll try and wrap up the conversation. Thank you so much, Mr. Tanti, for making time and speaking with us. So clearly, optimistic commentary coming in from the management. The pipeline is strong. It's all about execution now, and they've had the learnings of the past to really guide them through that.
All right, thank you so much for that. And it was an exclusive interaction coming in with the management of Suzlon on the big order win, and also the management talking about the way forward. With that, we're totally out of time on this.